Okay, you can leave.
Let me put it in perspective.
Really hoping he comes around.
What'd you say?
I got the birthday girl and my wife.
You know, sometimes when you're trying to egg someone on and they're just not giving you the time of day, well, that's what I think is happening with this guy. You can clearly see that he's trying to get a specific reaction out of this girl. And because she's so dismissive, it looks like it angers him even more. Check this out.
Deserves her
Really?
This deserves my fist in her face.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your
Okay, you
family,
can
your
leave.
gangsters,
You
all your
can
friends, your
leave.
family.
You can leave.
I am leaving.
Then turn around and get out.
Send this on fucking social media. Do
I
what you
will.
gotta do. You're being recorded too.
Okay. Okay. You can leave.
Yep.
You can leave.
Talk about it. Let's talk about it.
You
She's
can
like,
leave.
You know what? This will show up more.
Okay.
Yeah. Let the owner of this establishment.
I will.
Let
I
the
will.
owner of this establishment
will.
make up their own mind.
Okay.
Yeah. Guarantee you won't have a job tomorrow.
Okay.
You're comfortable with not having a job tomorrow?
I will have
You're
a job.
comfortable with not having
I will
employment?
have a
You're
job.
comfortable with not having financial fucking stability? You stupid bitch. You
Cool.
stupid.
Cool. You can leave. Thank you. Thank you.
Ah, I will be reporting this to the individuals that run this.
You can leave. You can leave.
What are we recording? What are we recording? What are we recording?
I'm recording you calling me a
You're
so
a
you
c-
can leave.
You're a c-
I'm a kid. You can leave. You're a grown
kid?
adult.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Working.
Working?
Unlike you right now,
Yeah,
you can
did
leave.
you get your by your parents? You need to be 18 to be fucking.
Yeah, I'm 18.
Oh,
None
then
of your
you're not a
business.
kid. Then you're not a kid, huh?
To you, yeah. You're
Then
a
you're not a
fucking grown
fucking
adult.
kid.
Get
Then
out.
you're not a kid.
Out.
Do you know how stupid you are right now? This is going on my Facebook. My
Now this girl, I'm gonna take a guess and say that she's in Gen Z. You be the judge on this one. Is she just living in a bubble? Has she never experienced a struggle in life? Is she learning a valuable life lesson here that things actually don't come easy? And that sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to? Or is she making a point and this really isn't fair? Check this out.
I cannot stand how the news has been dogging Gen Z and calling them lazy for not wanting to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of their lives. Let me put it in perspective for everybody who's a little confused here, okay? I work 5 days out of the week, 40 hours a week, okay? I do not make enough to live on my own. I would not make enough to pay rent, water, electric, and eat. All by myself. I would not be capable of doing that. 20 years ago when you were getting started, you could live on your own. 20 years ago when you first started, you were able to do everything that I am now struggling to do. Let me add another perspective here. You've been working for 20 years. You have 20 years of working experience behind your belt. You have 20 years of experience in a career that has allowed you to gain raises, to get more money, to profit you in an economy that you created. You can sit here and you can call Gen Z lazy all you want, but I've been working my tail end off just to barely make it by. And respectfully, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. I don't want to work my tail end off, wasting all of my life working just to barely be able to pay my bills. And that is what you created, not Gen Z. We're just here getting started. You've been doing it for the last 20 years. You tell me how it got ruined. We can sit here and we can call Gen Z lazy all you want, but you let the economy turn into what it did. You let it all run to hell. And now it's Gen Z's fault because we don't want to work to fix your mistakes.
Sometimes it's hard to recognize if some of these clips are supposed to be taken in jest or if the person is actually being serious when they say these things. Wait a minute. So you don't want the traditional wedding? Fine. And your decision was to exclude your dad. You don't want him walking you down the aisle because you don't want him to treat you like property. Got it. But you still want him to flip the bill. Make it make sense, someone.
What I'm finding out is if you let your parent pay for your wedding, you kind of have to do it their way. Finally told my parents, I'm gonna do this my way, and they backed out of paying for it. So let me tell you what happened. I have to give credit where credit is due. My parents raised me to be an independent thinker, and as an independent thinker, I've decided we're not gonna do every single wedding tradition at my wedding. And that's where the fight comes in with my dad. It's the year 2023. Women are not property anymore, which is why I decided I will be walking myself down the aisle. My parents do not own me, and I'm not some property to be given away. My dad was not very happy to find out he wouldn't be walking me down the aisle. In his eyes, I'm taking away one of the most important parts of the day. Apparently, a first dance with my father isn't enough. My dad keeps going back to the point of, we've never treated you as property, why would you say that? He's also trying to say I'm discrediting everything him and my, which to me still feels like if you're not gonna do your wedding the way I want, then I'm not gonna pay for it, and that just doesn't feel right to me. So anyways, do we agree that my dad's being a complete jerk right now? Really hoping he comes around because there's no way I can afford this wedding if he doesn't help me with it. So I'm just kind of holding out hope that he'll come through. My mom have done for me, which to me just feels unrelated. Like, I'm just not a fan of that tradition. I feel like he's been talking to his buddies because the other day he came back to me and said, well, if you want to be independent, then you can pay for it yourself. Which to me still feels like if you're not gonna do your wedding the way I want, then I'm not gonna pay for it, and that just doesn't feel right to me. So anyways, do we agree that my dad's being a complete jerk right now? Really hoping he comes around because there's no way I can afford this wedding if he doesn't help me with it. So I'm just kind of holding out hope that he'll come through.
Now in this next clip, what most have concluded to be a skit, but say it was real life, how would you handle this situation? You're the only male sitting at the dinner table, and the 5 or 6 other women hand you a bill for $700. What would you do? Would you yield and pay it? Or would you sneak off and pay your own bill and leave? Check this out.
Oh, no, no. Can you separate it? I got the birthday girl and my wife.
Separate checks. Dang, I'm sorry, you're the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate checks? It's all women here. We got a check.
But I'm not responsible for paying everybody. I got the birthday girl.
You invited everybody. You invited all of us.
I didn't invite you. Ernestine invited you. Okay? I'm responsible for who I brought.
Okay, you're the only man at the table. I'm sorry, hold on. We was all doing Russian roulette, paying with credit cards and all that. Now all of a sudden you want to split checks? We doing split checks now?
That was 2021.
Y'all
okay?
wait.
Things were different.
Not 21.
But I didn't sign up for that. Okay? There's nobody else doing
But
the...
you participate. I know we
I'm
got
sorry.
shit. I know.
Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. This is my birthday, for real. Don't.
Okay, well,
we're
it
not.
don't matter to me because I didn't have anything.
No.
But you
It's
still
Donnie's
paid.
birthday.
Wait a minute. We're not doing this.
But you
No,
came
but you
though.
sat at
so
the
you still-
table.
You don't pay for a fee.
Okay, well, yes. No.
Listen,
There's
I don't
gratuity
care.
and everything on this
I don't care how y'all do it.
order gratuity. I just showed up. Well, I'm sorry. Dave, but you always pay. Like, you're the only man at the table. You're not going to pay the check?
If it's, but I'm not obligated. I got my whole family.
It's $700 for this whole table, and it's my birthday.
This is your podcast co-host. This is your
Only
best friend.
$700.
It's only Shan.
You being cheap.
Are you kidding me right
you
now?
honestly being cheap right now.
Okay, first.
No, if that was the case, I'd have just took you out
Are
so
you
much
being
of your
sick?
birthday.
Dre, are you gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women?
I really feel like it's not his responsibility, and when y'all get a husband,
I'm married.
I'm sorry. I do have a husband, though. Hold on, wait a minute.
Thank
I do have a husband.
No, so Donnie, you're good because it's your birthday, but the
Y'all
rest of y'all, we want to chip in.
We're good.
Y'all are so
But you
embarrassing.
can't.
Let me get
You
out
need
of
to leave.
here.
Not us splitting checks.
You need to leave.
No, I'm not paying for anything. No, because I'm saying that's ghetto. Like, you don't come to no establishment like that talking about splitting checks. I don't do that. I don't split checks. That's
Thought
really
you were the
ghetto.
podcast king. Thought you were the podcast king.
So on this last video, this guy meets this girl on Tinder. He asks her out, they decide to go out on a first date, and at the end of the night, he tells her they're gonna split the bill. Is it any wonder to anyone that she was a bit upset?
Tinder date was not that she had to split the bill.
What'd you say?
Why are we splitting the bill?
Well, I mean, it's our first date, so I thought we should maybe go half.
I can't believe you made us split the bill.
I mean, you ordered an appetizer that I didn't even touch. Why do you think that I should
Okay,
pay
but
for
you asked me out.
I know, but you ordered something
You
that I did.
asked me out.
Alright, I'll just take you home and... Alright, see ya. Hello? Hello? See ya.